Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that your life is a book and every page represents one day. Now ask yourself, if you only had 15 pages left to write, would you keep writing the same story? Or would you change it? Life does not always give us unlimited chances, but it always gives us a fresh sunrise, a fresh page, and a fresh start. The truth is, transformation doesn't require years. It requires decision, discipline, and divine connection. In just 15 days, your life can shift from ordinary to extraordinary if you choose to live consciously and walk closer to God's guidance. We all want change, but very few of us are willing to commit to the process. We wait for miracles, but forget that God gives miracles to those who act with faith, clarity, and courage. Change is not about one massive step. It is about small, consistent choices that align with our higher self. And today, I want to share with you a simple yet powerful roadmap. 15 days to change your life. If you practice these principles for just 15 days with sincerity, humility, and trust in God's wisdom, you will not only see outer results but inner transformation as well. Because when the mind shifts, life shifts. Gratitude is one of the most underestimated powers in human life. We all think it's a simple thank you that we say when something goes right, but in reality, gratitude is not just a polite word. It is a mindset, a vibration, a lens through which we see the entire world. If we can shift our mind into gratitude, we can purify it from negativity, disappointment, and restlessness. And the beauty is, this shift doesn't take years of practice. It can start today, right now, with just a single conscious decision to appreciate what we already have. Think about it for a moment. How often do we wake up in the morning and the very first thought in our mind is about what we don't have? We think, I wish I had more money, I wish I had a better house, I wish my life was different. This becomes the starting vibration of our day, and then we wonder why the rest of the day feels heavy, stressful, or incomplete. But imagine if the very first thought you had when opening your eyes was, thank you, God, for giving me another chance to live, another sunrise, another opportunity. That one thought has the power to paint your entire day with positivity. Let me give you a simple example from daily life. Suppose you wake up and the weather is not perfect. It's raining outside and maybe you had planned to go out. Instantly the complaining mind says, oh, my plans are ruined. This is such a bad day. But what if instead you choose gratitude? You say, thank you for this rain. The plants are being nourished. The earth is being refreshed. And I have a roof over my head to stay dry. In that one moment, your mind changes from irritation to appreciation. The rain hasn't changed, but you have. Gratitude purifies the mind because it redirects our focus from what's missing to what's present. The truth is, no one's life is completely perfect. There will always be something lacking, something we wish could be better. But at the same time, there are countless blessings we already carry. The tragedy is not that blessings are missing. The tragedy is that blessings are invisible to us when the mind is clouded with complaints. Gratitude is like light. It reveals what was already there, waiting to be seen. Let's take another example. Imagine two people stuck in the same traffic jam. One person is restless, banging the steering wheel, cursing at the situation. Their blood pressure rises, and they ruin their mood for the rest of the day. The other person, sitting in the same traffic, takes that time to reflect. Thank you, God, that I even have a vehicle to sit in. Thank you that I'm safe. And I have this unexpected pause to listen to something uplifting or to think peacefully. Both people are in the same circumstance, But their experience is completely different because of one thing: the presence or absence of gratitude. In our relationships too, gratitude works like magic. Often we get so used to the people around us, our parents, our spouse, our children, our friends, that we forget to appreciate them. We see their flaws, their mistakes, and we complain. But when was the last time we paused and said, "Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for the small things you do every day that I overlook." That simple act of acknowledging someone's value can heal wounds, strengthen bonds, and create joy. Gratitude doesn't just purify our own mind, it purifies the atmosphere we live in. Even science supports this truth. Studies show that people who practice gratitude daily are happier, healthier, and more resilient. Their stress levels drop, their sleep improves, and their hearts literally become stronger. Why? Because gratitude shifts the brain's focus away from lack and fear and moves it toward abundance and peace. Spiritually, it is even deeper. Gratitude is like a prayer. Every time you say, "Thank you," sincerely, you are connecting with God, acknowledging that everything you have is not random. It is a blessing. Now, here's something practical. If you truly want to purify your mind with gratitude, don't just keep it as a feeling. Turn it into a practice. Each morning, before touching your phone, write down 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be big. It could be, "I am thankful for the breath in my lungs. I am thankful for the food I ate yesterday. I am thankful for the people who love me." At night, before you sleep, again recall 3 blessings of the day. This simple exercise rewires your brain. Slowly, you will notice that your complaints reduce, your frustrations dissolve, and your patience increases. Life is not about having everything. It is about seeing everything differently. Gratitude gives you that lens, and when your mind is purified by gratitude, it becomes a fertile soil where happiness grows naturally. Imagine living 15 days with this attitude. Every sunrise welcomed with thanks, every challenge faced with appreciation, every relationship nurtured with acknowledgement. Do you think your life would remain the same? Absolutely not. You would feel lighter, brighter, calmer, and more connected to God. So begin today. Gratitude is free, yet it is the richest wealth you can carry. It requires no special education, no financial status, no perfect situation. All it requires is awareness. And the moment you shift your awareness, your life begins to change. A grateful mind is a pure mind, and a pure mind is a powerful mind. And once your mind becomes powerful, your life cannot remain ordinary. It will naturally rise to extraordinary. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. We all want success, peace, and fulfillment, but the question is, do we have the discipline to build the kind of life that leads us there? When our daily routine is scattered, unplanned, or careless, our life reflects the same lack of order. But when our routine is disciplined, we gain a sense of clarity, strength, and focus that no challenge can easily shake. Most people believe discipline means restriction, like chains holding them back. But the truth is, discipline is freedom. When your routine is disciplined, you don't waste energy deciding what to do next. You move with purpose. Just like the sun rises at a fixed time every day, just like the seasons follow their rhythm, life itself is disciplined. Nature runs on order. If the whole universe is sustained by discipline, how can we expect to live a fulfilling life in chaos? Let's take a very simple example: waking up early. If you wake up late, rushing into the day, you instantly feel stressed. You skip breakfast, you complain about traffic, you get irritated with people around you. Your mind starts the day already behind, and the rest of the hours feel like a battle. But when you discipline yourself to wake up early, everything changes. You rise with calmness. You give yourself time to breathe, to pray, to plan. You meet the day instead of the day chasing you. That is the gift of discipline. Think of an athlete. They don't win medals because they practice only when they feel inspired. They win because they practice daily, at the same time, with the same effort, even when they don't feel like it. That is discipline. And life is no different. If you want success, you cannot wait for moods or motivation. Discipline means showing up consistently, no matter how you feel. Over time, this consistency shapes your destiny. Now, let me share a small story. There was once a young man who wanted to master meditation. He tried every now and then, sitting when he felt peaceful. But he found no progress, and he complained that meditation didn't work. His teacher told him, "The problem is not the practice. The problem is your lack of routine. Just as you eat every day, just as you bathe every day, set a fixed time for your inner growth every day. Make it part of your routine." The young man followed this advice. Same time, same place, daily. In a few months, he began to experience stillness and clarity he never thought possible. His breakthrough came not because of occasional effort, but because of disciplined routine. Discipline also means protecting your time from distractions. In today's world, we are surrounded by endless noise, social media, television, gossip, unnecessary scrolling. Hours are wasted without us even noticing. But a disciplined person values every hour. They know that time is life itself. When you waste time, you are not just wasting hours, you are wasting your life. A disciplined routine ensures that your precious hours are invested in what truly matters: growth, health, relationships, service, and connection with God. Here is another daily life example. Imagine two students preparing for an exam. One studies whenever he feels like it, sometimes 1 hour, sometimes none, sometimes late at night. The other sets a clear routine: 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, every day. Who do you think will perform better? Not the one with more talent, but the one with more discipline. Because talent without discipline is like a seed never watered. It never grows into a tree. In our spiritual life too, discipline is the foundation. A prayer said once in a while may feel good, but it will not transform us. A disciplined prayer or meditation routine purifies the heart day by day. Just as water shapes even the hardest stone, drop by drop, a consistent routine shapes even the most restless mind. God values sincerity, but God also values consistency. When we show up regularly, we prove our dedication, and divine grace flows into our lives. People often say, "I don't have time." But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours. The difference is how disciplined we are with those hours. A person without discipline spends hours on complaints, distractions, and regrets. A disciplined person spends hours on progress, contribution, and growth. Life doesn't change by chance. It changes by routine. Here's a practical thought: design your routine like a sacred ritual. Wake up at a fixed time. Dedicate a few minutes to silence or gratitude. Plan your tasks and follow through. Set clear times for eating, resting, learning, and connecting with loved ones. It may feel hard at first, but soon your body, mind, and spirit align with this rhythm. You no longer fight with time, you flow with it. Discipline also brings dignity. People respect those who are reliable, who keep their word, who show up when they say they will. That reliability is born from personal discipline. When you discipline yourself, others trust you. And when others trust you, opportunities open naturally. Remember, this discipline is not about perfection, It is about persistence. You may fail one day, you may miss one task, but don't quit. Restart, recommit, and realign. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. So, if you truly want to change your life in 15 days, discipline your routine. Wake up early, create structure, protect your hours, and stick to your commitments. Do it not just for success in the outer world, but for peace in the inner world. Because when your routine is disciplined, your mind is calm, your actions are powerful, and your connection with God becomes steady. And in that state, nothing can stop you from living a life of excellence. Negativity is like carrying a heavy bag of stones on your shoulders. The more you hold on to anger, envy, grudges, or regret, the heavier your journey becomes. You may not realize it at first, but slowly this invisible weight drains your energy, steals your peace, and keeps you from moving forward. If you truly want to transform your life, you must learn the art of letting go of negativity. It is not a one-time act. It is a daily choice to release what no longer serves your growth and to make space for joy, peace, and divine strength. Think about this. Have you ever been upset with someone, replaying their words or actions in your mind again and again? The situation may have happened days or even years ago, but the negativity is still alive because you are feeding it. In reality, that moment is gone, but your mind holds on to it like a flame burning your heart. Who suffers in this process? Not the person who hurt you, you suffer. Negativity is like poison. Drinking it yourself and expecting someone else to feel the pain never works. One of the most powerful truths is this: letting go is not for others, it is for yourself. Forgiving someone doesn't mean what they did was right. It simply means you refuse to give them power over your peace any longer. By releasing that negativity, you reclaim your energy, your happiness, and your freedom. Let me share a story. A monk once carried a woman across a river because she could not cross on her own. After reaching the other side, the monk left her and continued walking with his companion. Hours later, the companion suddenly said, "I can't believe you touched that woman. We monks are not supposed to do that." The monk calmly replied, "I left her at the river. Why are you still carrying her?" This is what we do with negativity. The situation may have ended, but we carry it in our mind and it becomes a burden. Letting go means dropping that burden. In daily life, negativity shows up in many forms. Maybe someone at work speaks rudely. Maybe a family member doesn't appreciate your efforts. Maybe you compare yourself to others and feel jealousy. Each of these moments plants a seed of negativity. If we water it with constant attention, it grows into a tree that overshadows our joy. But if we recognize it and choose not to water it, it dies naturally. The choice is always in our hands. For example, imagine you are driving and someone cuts you off. Instantly anger rises. You honk, you shout, your blood pressure increases. That one small incident can disturb your mood for hours. But if in that moment you pause and think, maybe that person is rushing because of an emergency. Let me not waste my peace on this. You let it go. The event doesn't control you, you control your response. This is real strength. Negativity also hides in envy. When we see others doing better, instead of being inspired, we sometimes feel jealousy. We think, why not me? Why them? But remember, envy is like saying to God, you have not given me enough. The truth is, each person's journey is unique. Instead of letting envy eat you from within, let admiration inspire you. Celebrate others' success and focus on your own path. Letting go of envy creates space for self-confidence and gratitude. Another powerful example is relationships. Often we hold grudges against people close to us, parents, friends, partners. We keep reminding ourselves of what they did wrong. Days turn into years and relationships weaken. But think, is one mistake worth losing years of love, companionship, and connection? Sometimes, letting go of the negative is more important than holding on to the memory of being right. Peace in relationships is more valuable than pride. Science too supports this. Studies show that people who hold on to anger and grudges have higher stress, weaker immunity, and even shorter lifespans. Negativity doesn't just harm the mind, it harms the body. On the other hand, people who forgive and let go experience lower stress, better sleep, and more happiness. So when you release negativity, you are not just helping your soul, you are healing your body as well. But how can we let go practically? The first step is awareness. Notice when your thoughts become negative. Don't fight them, simply acknowledge, this is a negative thought. It is not helping me. Then replace it. For anger, replace with patience. For envy, replace with gratitude. For grudges, replace with compassion. And above all, connect with God. When you remember that there is a higher power guiding everything, you trust that justice and balance are in divine hands. That trust allows you to release what you cannot control. Think of your mind as a garden. If you keep planting weeds of negativity, soon nothing beautiful can grow. But if you clear the weeds daily, flowers of peace, joy, and strength will bloom. Negativity cannot survive in a mind filled with gratitude, faith, and love. So, my friends, if you truly want to change your life in 15 days, practice letting go of negativity. Each morning, ask yourself, what negative thought or emotion can I release today? Each night, reflect, did I carry unnecessary burdens or did I choose peace? Slowly, this practice will become your nature. And once you free your mind from negativity, you will feel light, strong, and unstoppable. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing freedom over bondage, peace over pain, and growth over grudges. When you let go, you don't lose. You gain back your power, your joy, and your connection with God. And that truly is the greatest victory. Words are not just sounds that disappear into the air. They are seeds planted in the hearts of people. Every word you speak carries weight. It has the power to heal or to wound, to lift someone up or to push them down, to create harmony or to ignite conflict. That is why choosing your words wisely is one of the most powerful disciplines you can practice. A sword may cut the body, but words can cut deeper. They can wound the heart, sometimes for a lifetime. And yet, words can also be like medicine, soothing pain, bringing comfort, and giving courage. Think about it in your own life. Can you remember a moment when someone spoke a kind, encouraging word to you? Maybe a teacher who said, I believe in you. Maybe a friend who said, you are stronger than you think. Those words might have been simple, but they had the power to change your perspective, to awaken confidence inside you. Now, think of the opposite. Have you ever been hurt by someone's harsh, careless words? Perhaps they said, you'll never succeed, or you're not good enough. Even if it was long ago, those words may still echo in your heart. This is the power of words. They stay long after they are spoken. There is a story about a man who went to his spiritual teacher and confessed, I have spoken badly about someone and now I regret it. What should I do? The teacher handed him a pillow filled with feathers and said, go to the top of a hill, cut this pillow open and let the feathers fly in the wind. The man did so and returned. The teacher then said, no, go and collect all the feathers. The man replied, that is impossible. They are scattered everywhere. The teacher smiled and said, "That is the same with words. Once spoken, they spread beyond your control. You cannot take them back. That is why you must choose them carefully before they leave your mouth." In daily life, we often underestimate the impact of casual words. A parent who constantly tells their child, "You're useless," may crush that child's self-esteem for years. A boss who shouts harshly at an employee may kill their motivation. On the other hand, a parent who says, "I am proud of you," or a boss who says, "I trust your ability," creates confidence and loyalty. Words are invisible forces shaping visible realities. Even science proves this. Studies show that positive affirmations, words of encouragement, can rewire the brain, increasing resilience and focus. Negative words, on the other hand, increase stress and can even damage mental health. That's why what you speak doesn't just affect others. It affects you as well. When you constantly speak complaints, criticism, or anger, your own mind absorbs that negativity. But when you speak gratitude, kindness, and encouragement, your own mind becomes peaceful and strong. Imagine you are in a heated argument. You have two choices. You can throw sharp words like weapons, or you can pause, breathe, and choose words that express truth without cruelty. Which choice creates a better outcome? Harsh words may give temporary satisfaction, but they leave scars. Gentle words may take patience, but they preserve dignity and relationships. As the saying goes, speak only if your words are more beautiful than silence. Here's a simple example. Suppose your friend makes a mistake. You could say, "You always mess things up, you're so careless." Or you could say, "It's okay, mistakes happen. Let's see how we can fix it together." The situation is the same, but the words change everything. The first response makes the friend defensive, hurt, and discouraged. The second response makes them feel supported and motivated. This is the difference wise words can make. Even with ourselves, we must be careful with words. Many people say things like, "I'm worthless, I can't do anything right, my life is hopeless." These words are not harmless. They become beliefs, and beliefs shape actions. Instead, if you tell yourself, "I am learning, I am growing, I am guided by God," you fill your mind with strength and possibility. Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a loved one, because you too deserve kind words. One practice that can transform your speech is mindfulness. Before speaking, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If your words fail any of these tests, maybe it is better not to speak. Silence is often wiser than words spoken in haste. But if your words pass these tests, then speak them with sincerity, because such words have the power to uplift and inspire. Think of the way God communicates to us, through scriptures, through nature, through silence. Divine words are always purposeful, compassionate, and wise. Shouldn't our words too reflect that spirit? If we align our speech with truth and kindness, we become instruments of peace in a world already filled with noise and conflict. So, in the next 15 days, try this experiment. Observe your words. Notice how many times you complain, criticize, or speak harshly. Then consciously reduce it. Replace criticism with encouragement, complaints with gratitude, anger with patience. Watch how your relationships improve, how your own mind feels calmer, and how people are drawn to your presence. Remember, words are free, but they are priceless in their effect. One careless sentence can destroy trust built over years, but one kind word can heal wounds carried for decades. Choose your words like a jeweler chooses precious stones, with care, attention, and respect for their value. When you master your words, you master one of the greatest powers in life, In the end, words are not just sounds, they are reflections of your inner state. Speak wisely, and you purify not only your surroundings, but also your soul. And when your words become instruments of kindness and truth, you align with God's purpose and bring light to everyone around you. That is the real power of choosing your words wisely.